A deadline is near for Washington schools to report to the public the results of state required tests on drinking water. By June 2026, all schools must post results showing how much lead is in the water at each of their buildings. This has been years in the making. A 2021 law in Washington state, sponsored by Representative Jerry Paulette, tightened the allowable limit of lead, required water testing, and obligated all schools to report their findings by the end of June 2026. In 2025, as those tests were ongoing, the King 5 investigators reported 1,100 school water sources have lead levels above state safety standards, and all the tests weren't even done yet. We showed you one elementary school in Bellingham where a faucet tested at nearly 1,000 times the allowable limit of lead. This is especially important for school-age children because lead stunts growth and brain development. You should be able to find out the test result at your kid's school and even specific classroom by going to your district's website and looking up posted results, which are required by law.
Sit next to the food.
All right, the World Cup starts today. Here are 5 things about the games I bet you didn't know. I'm Jake. I follow the news so you don't have to. Give a follow for more, and let's get to it. First, this year's tournament is the largest expansion in the history of the World Cup, which is saying a lot. The tournament field has expanded from 32 to 48 teams, a massive 50% increase. This means fans get 104 total matches over 39 days, making it the longest and largest World Cup ever staged. Number 2, the island of Curaçao just became the smallest country by population ever to qualify for the World Cup. Home to just 156,000 people. I actually always wanted to visit. I've also heard that Team Curaçao gear is some of the hottest merch on the market right now. Manchester City just set a new tournament record. The team has 19 active players in the 2026 World Cup. Number 4, longevity is a big story of this game. 2 names that you've definitely heard, Ronaldo and Messi. Both Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi entered the tournament rewriting history. They're the only players in soccer history to be named to 6 different World Cup rosters. Messi and Team Argentina are the defending champs. And finally, if you want to sound smart today, who are the favorites to win it all? Betting odds in Vegas say Spain, France, and England are the top 3 teams. Who wouldn't want a dark horse to emerge out of nowhere to win it all? Who are the big 3 dark horse teams? Many are saying Japan, Ecuador, and Norway could possibly get it done. This is Norway's first time in the World Cup in 28 years. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest soccer fan in the world, but I'll be definitely watching the World Cup.
Think scoring World Cup tickets is impossible? Not if you're booking an Airbnb in Seattle. I'm Bethany on the King News Desk, and here's what Airbnb is telling us. Starting yesterday, select Airbnb stays in Seattle and other World Cup host cities will include free FIFA World Cup tickets. The homes average about $385 a night, and tickets are included for every guest on the reservation. To find them, look for a soccer ball icon at the top of eligible Airbnb listings. Hosts and guests across the tournament will receive more than 1,300 tickets, including hundreds right here in Seattle. The ticket giveaway will roll out in phases throughout June and July, covering matches from the group stage all the way to the World Cup final. So if you're planning a World Cup trip, your place to stay could also get you into the game.
Ube cheesecake, one of my favorites. So many options if you have a sweet tooth. We're talking CID bakeries. What can you tell me?
Yeah, so this is Hanoi Bake Shops. Vince really wanted to showcase his Vietnamese American culture with Asian American bakers. And so he created this like communal space where he can showcase his famous cookies and also, you know, other makers as well, like Rice Krispies and panna bread and just much more.
Yum. Moving on to cheesecake. You love this place. Hood famous.
Yes, so cheesecake is like my ultimate favorite dessert. Ube is, you know, the top contender, but I really like the white chocolate guava cheesecake because you get that richness, but also tartness from the guava and like that coconut crumb.
So good. If you see the bites in those, no, you don't. Okay, also here, what do we have here? Baked goods. This is a s'mores croissant.
Fuji Bakery started in 2009. They're known for French baking techniques, but also with Asian flavors. And so you got your malasadas, which they're known for. You got your s'mores croissant. That's, you know, for the summertime. The beef curry for those who don't have
a little savory.
Yummy Bakehouse, and they're known for nostalgic, comforting, and affordable baked goods. Sweet or savory, you can take it on the go, you can take it as a quick snack, and it's not too sweet, which is the ultimate compliment for an Asian dessert.
Amen.
There is a real dark problem on the West Seattle Bridge. On June 4th, investigators with Seattle City Light went out to check things out after King 5 asked them about the outage, which has been happening for several weeks. What Seattle City Light found was that half of the lights, basically from First Avenue South to Harbor Island on the eastern span of the bridge, were completely out on both sides of the road. After digging further, investigators found that wires inside a light panel or panels had been cut, and that's what's causing the power outage on the lights. At this point, it's unclear if it's just vandalism or if thieves were after copper wire, something that's been a big issue for a while around here. Seattle City Light said crews are working as quickly as possible to get the lights back on.
Well, the Point Defiance Zoo is celebrating the birth of a new California sea lion pup. The little guy was born last week and is resting behind the scenes with mom. The zoo plans to release the pup's name on its website soon. Zoo officials say guests can expect to see the pup join other sea lions later this summer. This, by the way, just the second California sea lion pup born in the zoo's 121-year history.
Food, energy, and housing costs have all gone up. That's according to the latest Consumer Price Index report, which showed inflation jumped to 4.2% in May. That's the highest jump in 3 years.
A lot of people were kind of on the edge of affordability previously, and now energy costs and these kind of economic inputs are becoming more expensive.
When life becomes too expensive, many Americans rely on their credit cards, but that's creating record high debt. The average household has more than $155,000 in debt now. If that's from a mortgage, experts say that's okay. But if most of your debt is from a car loan, student loans, or credit cards, that's when it becomes problematic. Look into getting a credit card with 0% APR or consider transferring your debt to a 0% balance transfer credit card.
Some international soccer fans are getting a taste of America for the very first time.
Right now, a German man is going viral for experiencing the States one road trip stop at a time. Freddie, as he calls himself, is traveling across the U.S. for the World Cup starting in Auburn, Alabama. There's a taste of America, and he's documenting everything from Buc-ee's and Walmart's to a late-night Waffle House run. But his biggest reaction may have been to Taco Bell. He calls it the, quote, Holy Land, saying it was one of the main reasons that he even wanted to visit America. So welcome to the U.S., Freddie. Hope he makes it to Seattle.
We take advantage, we take for granted Taco Bell, but apparently visitors love it.
And Waffle House and Buc-ee's. I love it.
Truly American.
Get a backup camera. That could have changed the result of this whole thing. And is it worth the cost? Yeah. This time it was our daughter. But the next time it could be yours or your neighbor. So it's not that big of a deal to get a backup camera or to take an extra second to double check your surroundings or to ask a child to move to where you can see them. It's totally worth it. She's just joyful and loving and fun and silly. And we're gonna miss her a lot.
We lead with engagement, not exclusion. This shelter is not just a place to stay, it's a place to connect. On-site care, strong partnerships, and intentional pathways to treatment and housing are how we believe we can help folks move forward.
Homelessness is a human issue, and humans are messy and complicated and beautiful. But that is in fact what makes us so beautiful and our human experience so unique. We are not the same, and true success looks like meeting people where they are, as they are, with services tailored to their needs. Bayside represents the kind of shelter investment that our city needs more of. This is not simply a place to sleep. It is a place where people can access housing navigation, case management, behavioral health supports, and connections to critical services. The goal here is not simply shelter. It's not simply a roof over someone's head. The goal is to help people successfully move from homelessness towards stability and housing. That's exactly what this site is designed to do. Today's opening is also significant because Bayside is the first major project to open as part of our broader effort to rapidly expand shelter capacity across Seattle. Yes. Earlier this year, we set an ambitious goal. We committed to bringing more people indoors faster while strengthening access to case management, behavioral health services, and housing-focused supports. We knew that we could not wait years for solutions. We needed to move with urgency.
We were out here yesterday. There seemed to be about 10 Escalades in the parking lot, Greg. Not going to lie. So we're all kind of running around, head on a swivel. What's going on out here? What are you hearing as far as the latest in the ownership?
Yeah, it looked like the Pentagon or the White House out here yesterday with all the Escalades and the Lincoln Continental.
And the drivers with the earpieces.
Oh, yeah. That was a very self-important parking lot yesterday. That's the nature of where we are right now. It's going to be this way for a few months. Now they have multiple bidders. That's going to drive up the price, which is what Paul Allen's estate wants, to be able to give it to philanthropy. I'm hearing a lot of large talk that there's a whale, a local Seattle-based whale out there who has not emerged, who's waiting to not outbid himself to buy the Seahawks. That's all I will say.
The key word of that sentence, Paul, local.
Local. That's very hyper-local.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that there at least is a local bidder out there to go with all those other big names that have been thrown out there as well.
Producer Joseph here. I'm here at the brand new Sea Conquest expansion at Seatac Airport. As you can see, it is a beautiful, brand new 145,000 square foot facility that passengers will be able to start using on Thursday, June 11th. There's a lot here, obviously, to experience, but clearly for me, I'm here for the food, and there are so many new options here. I think the one that most people are talking about is the new Chili's. I know that's going to be a very popular one, but there's lots of little grab-and-go spots, and there's beautiful places to sit. There's even a place upstairs where you can go outside and look at the airplanes in a sort of like semi-outside environment. It's really cool. I think a lot of passengers are going to be enjoying it this summer and beyond.
Hey, you can't make this up. Look at this. I'm in Walmart in Renton.
Did you see this wild video? Police confirmed it is not AI. It's real footage of women's lingerie on fire at the Walmart in Renton, Washington. The fire was set intentionally. And this is the person who police think started it. They're still looking for him, and they believe this white Cadillac Escalade is connected to the June 5th arson. If you recognize the suspect or the vehicle, call Renton Police.
Small business owners go through a lot in Seattle, including this market here in the Madrona neighborhood. This burglary cost them $50,000 when a van of 3 people rammed in and took tobacco products and, of course, cash. They're back in business, though, with the help of the City of Seattle's Back to Business program. The city just announced they're expanding their program, so reimbursements for security upgrades are going from $6,000 to $10,000, and then repair reimbursements are increasing from $3,000 to $5,000. The city says these higher caps should cover 100% of the costs for 90% of eligible businesses. The city's helped more than 325 businesses and has paid out more than $1 million. The Back to Business program is open for applications. I'll put a link in the comments below.
Workers drill and hammer across this stadium. The noise fills almost every corner. The hustle doesn't stop because here they're building something the city hasn't seen before.
This is the biggest sporting event in the world.
The home of the 12s is temporarily transforming.
We have about 45 TV announce positions up in section 335 for all the global broadcasters that will be here calling the matches, covering the games. And then the real highlight of the show is our grass field.
Crews constructed a new grass pitch on top of the Seahawks turf.
Example of where the normal turf sits.
Now it's 18 inches higher, sitting atop its own dedicated drainage system, engineered for whatever Seattle weather might throw at it.
If we have a wet game, which we won't because it's the World Cup, the sun's going to be shining on us, we can pull the water out if we need to. The idea is it just gives a uniformity, consistency, a firmness that the players will appreciate from every venue to venue to venue.
Step outside into the fan zone and the details keep coming.
This is a beautiful statue that was created by Gerard Tsutakawa.
And inside, the executive chef is already cooking.
We have the Seattle dog. This is a foot-long all-beef dog that has cream cheese and beautifully caramelized onions.
Come Monday, the plan is to be ready with the food, the field, and the fans.
You'll have approximately 68,000 people really ready to embrace the World Cup here in Seattle.
So a crevasse is a section of a glacier that is separated, and what happens is as the glaciers move slowly down the mountain, these cracks form in the ice, and they form in certain spots, typically where the glacier is steeper and it makes a movement over steep terrain, and as the glacier moves, these cracks open up. And what happens is you get seasonal snow coverage that falls over the top of it, and as it blows and winds, the crevasses get covered at the top. But what can happen is the crevasse could be below and you can walk over the top and fall into it. And that's unfortunately what happened in this case. She's a genuinely an amazing human being, and it's been a really hard week for all of us here.
Among the list of treatments available at the Fred Hutch Cancer Center in Seattle is something patients may not immediately consider.
We aren't at Fred Hutch just worried about tumor markers and getting rid of the cancer. We want to think of the whole person and what they're experiencing.
A lot of patients, they rely on their family members and close friends, people in their circle for the emotional support. As important as that is, why might also supplementing that with the professional therapist help in their journey?
Their loved ones may not know how to support them because they haven't gone through it, and to know that we know how to treat it. We have a lot of evidence-based protocols, interventions. Just like with cancer treatment, we study protocols for addressing emotions in cancer patients.